Oh, wait. I even do 1 minute or right now. Just do right now. Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's fire it up. Okay. Tov. So we're in Sichot Haran 40. 40. Wow. Really firing it up right here. And let's just go right into it. There are no Farkane. There are no questions for one who has faith. We have often discussed the prohibition against having anything at all to do with philosophical works. This even includes philosophical works of the great rabbis. Even these are not permitted, as discussed in many places in our sacred literature. Such things are not the portion of Yaakov. This is a pasuk in Yirmiyahu, and we have nothing at all to do with them, says Rabbi Nachman. We believe that Hashem created and sustains the world and will restore it in the future. For this, we do not need philosophy. It's that simple. Rabbi Nachman says it's that simple. It doesn't need to be really expounded upon. We just need to live it. We need to like reinforce the idea more and more and more and more. Most books on religious philosophy ask questions that appears very difficult while providing very weak answers. How can we really describe like the essence of God? How can we really do that through question answer form, right? Words are finite, in a sense. Like we're already limiting God through the words. If one probes deeper, he can refute the answer and render it completely useless. Therefore, we may not study these works at all. In truth, all their questions themselves are nothing. They are mere vanity and striving after wind, which is a pasuk in Kohelet. We're not going to go through this whole sikha because it's a very long one. So it's going to be like different parts. But let's just keep going. It appears that many people are drawn to philosophy, yet have no interest in such fascinating Kabbalistic works as the Zohar and the writings of the Arizal. People seek wisdom, yet ignore these secret works filled with ideas that are sweeter than honey and enlighten the eyes, which is a pasuk in Tehillim. The truth is that these people cannot endure such holy things because of their inherently base nature. While they have free choice to come to this nature, the fact that this is inborn makes it bitterly difficult, Ari Baruch. Fortunate is the person born in holiness. A favorite subject of the philosophers is the order of creation. They may ask why a star is worthy of being a star or a constellation, while other things are consigned to a lower realm. Or they may ask why animals are not given man's faculties, why not the other way around? Or they may ask why the head is what it is and not a foot. By the way, we're going to get into that. It's going to be really fun. That this world is a rotating wheel. It's going to be really cool in part two. Questions like
Hanukkah.
these are discussed at length in such books, but it's all just vanity and striving after wind. For Hashem is just and righteous, and one cannot question his reasons. So I don't know why I'm feeling it, Tamar. I'm feeling it, Kevra, where I have this book. I ordered for $5. I recommend. It's a passport to life. It's a journey of inner transformation by Rav Dober Pitzit. It's $5 on Amazon. It's just 60 pages, very simple of just really coming to ourselves, a passport to ourselves, different parts of ourselves. So I feel like what's going on over here is Rabbi Nachman is talking about expanded consciousness and lower and constricted consciousness. When it comes to philosophical works, we could then enter into this constricted consciousness where we actually feel we're expanding our minds, but really we're just constricting ourselves. When it comes to simple faith, when it comes to non-philosophical works, Rabbi Nachman is telling us to not engage with, that's expanded consciousness. Okay. So genuine transformation is about redirecting your consciousness, says Rav Dover Pinson, who can be located in Muncie and has many books, a lot of which are, oh, by the way, Farkana, you're right next to him. Amazing. Farkana Mishichai. Seen in a certain way, it is really not a long, drawn out process. However, this is some reading, but we mamish have to focus right now because this could transform our lives. These words can not Rabbi Nachman's words transform our lives, but this could also transform our lives as well. Transformation can occur in a single moment. That moment is a sudden shift of consciousness. I was constricted 1 moment ago, but now I'm open to Hashem is the ruler of all worlds. He was, he is, and he will be. That's simple. Instead of thinking of yourself as one way and therefore struggling in or against that way, think of yourself as being completely different. Perceive of yourself as being totally beyond and above your problems. Yehuda and I spoke about this, a couple of days ago. Yehuda, I just want to get you involved by mentioning your name. You know the bits, right? Come on, Roslavsky. Come on, Roslavsky. No, but we were talking about it versus when it comes to context versus content. We were talking about it. Okay, in this book as well. Okay, it is much more philosophically productive to see yourself as a perfect person and thereby to aspire to live up to that image than to see yourself as a negative person and perpetually struggling with that image. Really nice. There's a story, and we're just gonna, little sidetrack over here. There's two Hasidim ones, two Jews. One asked one, "Who do you want to be when you grow up?" The Jew said, "I want to be like the Baal Shem Tov." He's like, "You're nuts! You're nuts! What are you doing?" And the guy asked him, "Who do you want to be like when you grow up?" "I want to be Talmid Chacham." He's like, "You know why you're wrong? Because, okay, let's face it, I'm probably not gonna be the Baal Shem Tov, but because I'm striving to be like the Baal Shem Tov, whatever I whatever level I reach in that striving to be Baal Shem Tov will be higher than yours because you're just striving to be a Talmid Chacham." Ah, Chavra, we have to strive to be perfect. Ah, so good. This may sound overly simplistic, but deep down, everyone knows what this means. We all have our moments when we feel the most alive and most real and true to ourselves, when we are able to recognize our untainted inner perfection living with God on a simple level. Imagine that powerful person who's really who you really are at the times and make your choices based on that perspective. When you lose your connection to this reality inside yourself, stop, take a deep breath, and redirect your energy and awareness towards manifesting the real you. However, the real us is living one with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. B'ezrat Hashem, we should just stop in those moments where we feel like we have a million and one questions and just close our eyes and think about Hashem. Think about how Hashem runs the world and that we're okay. We're in the world of Hashem. And yes, there are questions, and there will always be questions, but let's learn to live with the questions with Hashem, B'siyata Deshmaya. Questions, comments, please feel free. Ah, so good. So strong, Amaleh. If not, I
Jack, you,
apologize because I'm about to eat lunch with my family, so geschmack. Jake Ross, what do you got to say?
Jake wants to say that I want to just ask you, like, I feel like you got like big plans for this world. Like, what's your big dream to like get to? Because if that's it and you're not gonna get there, I mean, two questions now that I think about it. First one is, what's your plan in this world? Second one is, it's kind of hard to know that you're gonna dream big but not really get there. And you kind of just say to yourself, oh, if I set myself really high goals and I only complete half of it, and that's still great. And that's why you should set yourself high goals. But then it's kind of like hard to think about sometimes. Does that make sense a little bit? That was kind of poor English.
Yeah.
You're
I
being recorded, Jack. Being recorded.
Oh yeah, this is mamash recorded. Number one, to your first question, what do I want to do in this world? Ah, that's a good question, Achi. I mean that we could take offline. And that is an ever-changing answer. So if I were to give an answer now, which is recorded like Farkana is saying, it may change in a second from now. Okay, that's number one. Number two, when it comes to striving to be great but not actually reaching that greatness, who knows? That's the mystery and fun of this world. Right? Who knows? Maybe we could be like Rabbi Nachman, we learned this a couple weeks ago, that there could be a simple person just as rare and unique as the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh. Someone who simply washes Netilas Yadayim. I forget what was the reason for that, but Rabbi, we spoke about it. That's recorded for content. We can refer back to that recording. That's why we record these things, because I don't remember these things, you know what I'm saying? But we did learn it. I think it's Sichot Haran something, 30 something. But yeah, who knows? That's the mystery of it. That's the mystery of it. And that's the fun of it. Strive to be like as high as we can be.
Sure. I'm
And
gonna
really,
strive
by
to
the way,
be
by the way,
first
just
Jack second.
it's important to mention this, Yehuda. Important to mention this for myself as well and for everyone. Reb Zusha said his biggest fear was when he went to heaven or when he was going to heaven. His biggest fear would be for them to ask him, why were you trying to be like Moshe Rabbeinu? Why were you trying to be like Avram Avinu? And wait, no, I'm forgetting. Zusha was scared that the heaven would ask him, okay, like great, like you were trying to be like Moshe Rabbeinu, like Avram Avinu, but why weren't you trying to be like Zusha? So I think that's the goal, is just trying to
Mm.
be ourselves at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Throughout the Shem. I don't think that's
Um,
I don't think that's a contradiction to the Baal Shem Tov. But yeah, anyways.
I
Gotcha.
always
Loving,
say
love you.
that the modern world is like everything comes from Judaism, and this really like proves it even more. Because you know that saying, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
Well,
So it's the
I
same
never,
thing.
well, yeah.
So everything really comes from Judaism. Like really you have to try to be like someone so, so great. And like if you don't get there, like you'll still be a great person.
Mm.
Like the
Mm-hmm.
same
Well,
concept.
that's really good.
Like I really believe that everyone steals everything from us. So like
Wow, that's a strong idea.
Well, it's just about the truth. So Judaism is just, if that's the truth, then I mean people can discover the ideas without necessarily knowing the Torah because I mean they're able to discover the truth on their own, just like
yeah.
Abram discovered the truth. But
Mm.
yeah, it is true that it is true that the ideas are. I do agree.
At the end of the day, they all come from Judaism, all the great
Right.
ideas and all the like everything. I love
That's
Judaism.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Farkane, is that a fake background or is that real?
No, this one's real.
Oh,
Outside.
that is just beautiful. I
It
mean,
actually
my
might be
gosh.
fake. I don't know.
My gosh, it looks so fake. It's amazing that it's real. Amale, what do we got?
Uh,
We're ready for Elul. We're ready for Elul. That's all we gotta say.
When is
guys,
that?
let's
Sure,
gang
happy
Today?
up
Chodesh.
tomorrow,
By the
tonight.
way, Farkane is already meeting the king in the field. I mean, he's already in the fields right now. So sure.
Melech Basadeh, baby.
Amale Pasada, Chevra, let's fire it
I'm
up.
the king.
Be well, be well, be well. Fire it up. Have a great day.